Today, I'm gonna do a potato harvest with you in one of my experimental beds. So what I have here is a tiny little section that I had available. I put 5 potatoes in, only 5 single potatoes, and let it do its thing. So this is what I got from one of them that I harvested that had completely died off. It's about 500 grams worth of potatoes just from one, which isn't bad at all. So I'm gonna bring you in close while I harvest the rest. Let's tally it up and let's see. I'm also planting most of my potatoes in pots just because I tend to get better results. So this is actually an experimental one to see the difference. So when I harvest those in the pots that I deep plant, and I'll tag that video up for you so you can see, then we've got a nice comparison to see the results of planting in the ground, mounding up, shallow planting versus deep planting in pots and letting the plant just do what it needs to do. So sit tight, let's take a look and tally it up and see what we get. So here in front of me I have the first one we're going to take a look at. They have mostly died off. There's still a little bit of green growth, but if I open them up here, you can see there's some pretty decent sized ones in the ground, and if I gently scratch them, the skins aren't coming off, which means the skins have hardened, indicating that it's actually ready to be picked. So if I just take this, tug it, let's see what we get. So immediately I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty nice sized ones and a couple of small ones. Just going to leave it in the ground here. See, now what could have happened is this could have actually stayed in a bit longer, because I can actually see there's the stolon with the little potato, there's a small one, small one, small one. So this could have stayed a little bit longer, but nonetheless, let me just do a little dig around. Yeah, that looks like it for this one. Not bad, not really great. We'll tally it up in a bit. So plant number 2, let's have a look at this one. This one's a bit more far gone, so it should be a little bit drier. Let's see what we get. Okay, pretty nice sized one. Another one. Okay. Same as with the other one, this one could probably have gone a bit more because we've got some really small ones in the end here. That's fine. And then interestingly enough, I'll break that one off. Here's the original potato. It's probably still completely edible. It's not soft, it's rock hard. So we might have scored by growing a potato out of it, and none of the energy has been used from the root or the bulb to actually create the plant. So we can definitely use that. And let's have a look if there are any other small ones popping up somewhere. Nope, so that's it for that plant. Now let's have a look at the next one. Compared to the others, this one is pretty much dead, as you can see. So let's have a look. Oh, this one's looking much better. But it's the same thing with this. So if we have a look here, look at the number of potatoes that are still actually sitting here. These skins are hard, completely hard, so they don't rub off, which is an indication that they aren't actually immature, they just didn't develop. So maybe that's something to do with the watering or something that I might have not done correctly, but there's quite a few potatoes on there that could have developed. But let's have a look and see. Check this little guy. Okay, so this is a much better harvest. If we compare it to the others, much better. And you can see how much more that one had developed on and dried off compared to the others. But yeah, that's a decent, oh, they keep coming. Another one. This one is looking pretty gnarly. So this one is definitely in its early stages being eaten by something, but still completely edible. Let me do some more digging, because this one seems to be giving a lot of surprises as we go. Okay, nope, that's it for this one, which compared to the others is a pretty decent harvest. Now we have our final one, and this one is the driest of them all. It's completely dried out. So let's see. Same thing as with the others, little potatoes growing on the edge. So next time I do this, I'll definitely try and make some tweaks to see if we can get those little ones to grow. But all in all, I can see some nice tubers coming out here. Nothing too deep. They were all really shallow on the surface, had to mound them up quite a bit. But yeah, it's all in all pretty solid. Nothing has been eating these ones. So pretty small, but not too bad considering I just planted a single potato and got this. So here's 4. The ones I showed you earlier was the 5th plant, and that was 489 grams. So let's tally these up, see what 5 plants give us. Zeroed off my scale. Let's have a look at the first batch that I'm gonna weigh. Let's have a look at the baby and the rest. 450 grams. Have a look at the next one. This was the big yield that we got. So 690. So we're already over a kilo from 2 plants. So that's the actual harvest. And then here's the potato that stayed behind that's probably still edible. We add that, another 500 grams. And then the last one coming in at 314 grams. All in all, not too shabby. 5 single potatoes gave this over 2 kilos in return. That's a pretty good return considering, like I said, there's very little effort that needs to go into it. These were simply put about 10 centimeters under the ground as they started to sprout. They started to sprout, and then I used a lot of leaf mold and leaf mulch to mound it up. And yeah, this is what I got. Very little effort, just let them be, and this is the return. So if you want to grow simple potatoes, you can do this. You can see that you can get a reward. I don't feel like I have maximized what I could have got out of it, but nonetheless, it's still 2, possibly 3 meals from almost nothing. So hope this inspired you to grow your own potatoes and seeing some of the results. I'll do the follow-up videos on the pots, growing potatoes in pots, so you can see the comparative return. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please follow my journey and subscribe to my channel so you can see my harvest, my garden tours, everything else I'm doing. And I just share knowledge as I gain it. As things go right, go wrong, I share it with you. So please subscribe so you can stay up to date with what I'm busy doing. Until next time, happy gardening.